Imagine a currency with no backing by a government or precious metal and is valued only on what the consumer would pay for it. That's the basic principle behind Bitcoin, an online currency. Now, I can wrap my head around one new currency, but according to the website CoinMarketCap, there are more than 60 cryptocurrencies. I don't know what cryptocurrencies are, and there's 60? The National Review's Betsy Woodruff spent a week living off Bitcoin in June, and she survived. So she is back with a new article to help us navigate this expanding digital currency landscape. Altcoin investment for dummies. I need to read this article because in this issue, I am a complete and total dummy. What is Bitcoin and what is cryptocurrency and what is going on to money?
Well, to throw a bunch of jargon at you really fast, Bitcoin is an online peer-to-peer based currency that kind of functions the same way that you'd use BitTorrent for trading movies. Essentially what that means is its value is only conferred on it by consumers, like you said. People can get online wallets through websites like Coinbase, and they can hook these up to their bank accounts and use the bank accounts to purchase Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is the most popular, and the reason that we even talk about it on TV is because over the course of the last year, people have actually become millionaires from buying Bitcoin and selling it at the right time. It's one of those things that sounds like a joke until you realize people are really making money off of it. And there are also now a lot of competing cryptocurrencies like Litecoin and WorldCoin.
Well, you were talking about people becoming millionaires off of Bitcoin, even little girls. This is the cutest article on Huffington Post. Take a look at this picture. This is two young girls selling goodies and lemonade in exchange for Bitcoin. You obviously pay with your phone there. It's such an adorable story and picture. But how does this work in the real world? What would they do with it?
You would, and how does the transaction specifically work?
Yeah.
So there are companies that exist just to help businesses get set up so they can accept Bitcoin. And each Bitcoin user has his own specific identity. They're pseudonymous. And you can transfer Bitcoin or WorldCoin or Litecoin via this online system. It's the kind of thing that theoretically is a little bit difficult to explain, but once you actually sign up for the services, it's pretty simple and straightforward.
Well, and the thing that is so crazy to me about Bitcoin and these other alt currencies is that they're literally created out of thin air. Right? Like your parents told you money doesn't grow on trees. Apparently it does grow out of computers because it literally is someone's idea and then they create it and then this whole market happens. And it got me thinking, Betsy, and it got us thinking here at The Cycle, why shouldn't we get on the action? So we went ahead and created our own Cycle coin.
Ah,
there we go.
In Friedman we trust.
We're going to get in on the action here. But
it's a really expensive coin.
What is to stop anyone from sort of creating their own virtual currency?
Well, nothing stops people from creating these currencies. There's barbecue coin, sex coin, Coinye, Ron Paul coin.
Wait, sex coin.
Not
Go
a
back
great
to
investment.
That. Crystal wants to hear more about that.
Don't take the bait from Torre. Keep going.
No, Crystal wants to hear about the sex coin.
I'm sure if you Google it, there's stuff on the internet. There's nothing that stops people from making these currencies, but there obviously market forces confer their value. So you might think that investing in Ron Paul coin is a bad idea because the brand of Ron Paul coin is pretty terrible. It's not going to have much value.
Yeah.
But for instance, Litecoin and WorldCoin are better known in internet currency, the cryptocurrency community circles, and therefore they're necessarily worth more.
Well, and Betsy, you had a quote from an expert in your article where he says that I'd only recommend using altcoins for speculative purposes if you really love risk, you're absolutely in love with risk, and you're interested in watching money disappear. You mentioned that people have made a lot of money on Bitcoin. Do you think there's sort of a Bitcoin bubble?
There have been kind of tiny little bubbles. You can see the value of Bitcoin go up and then fall, but over the course of the year, the value on the whole has steadily risen.
Bitcoin makes money seem like Snapchat to me, Betsy Woodruff. Thanks very much.
I don't know what that means.
Well, it disappears quickly. Up next.